Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Genshin Impact on the PC.
Is there time for a quick snack? I'll whip one up in no time.
Yeah, I, again, had to play quite a bit, in order for us to continue. I played more than I needed to, admittedly, but, not really, because we are going to need to, increase our adventure rank even more at a certain point, so it's not like wasted time or anything. So now that we have finished up the Archon quest for Mondstadt by taking care of Storm Terror, Dvalin, and all that, and restoring peace to the land, now we need to move on to the geo-themed region of Liyue. And while Mondstadt seems to be more of like a kind of a medieval European kind of style area, for the city itself at least, Liyue is much more like Japanese themed. Or Chinese themed, or whatever, you know, one of the, or Asian, you know what I'm trying to say. Because you find a lot of, you know, stalls like this and stuff, and Liyue, the city, is like this dockside, very, like, it feels more Japan than Chinese, but, you know, stuff like that over there, you know, pagodas, things like that. So anyways, yeah. When you come to Liyue, the whole region, and you get to one of these statues of the Seven here, you can actually change the traveler's elemental affiliation. So you start with wind because you're in the Animo region of Mondstadt, but when you come here to the Geo themed, you can change to Geo. So I have done that. So now instead of using our cool swirl ability here, we instead can make big rocks. And you can use these in combat, of course. It does damage when it lands, but also it's a platform. And that's the main reason why you want to switch temporarily your traveler to be geo-themed while exploring this region. These come in handy quite often, and in fact, it's almost mandatory for some things. Certain puzzles and certain little collectibles, it's either nearly impossible or impossible, as far as I've found, to get these things without being able to make these platforms. I'm sure some of them, like, yeah, absolutely, you can just find a more convoluted way to get them, but most of the time, it seems clearly designed like you're meant to just make rocks that you can climb on and stuff to get some extra height or things. So that's good. So, Geotheme for combat is basically just worse than the wind version. I wouldn't choose it ever for combat, but since we're in the region, we're going to be using it. And you may notice I have Noelle in my party, and I gotta say, I've turned kind of the corner on Noelle. She's like my main girl now. I was doing this story quest for Diluc, and at one point you get to control him in combat again, and his greatsword was just doing like absurd amount of damage compared to Noelle, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? He's like a lower level than her. What the hell is happening here? And I looked, and of course, the Diluc that they give you has a 5-star greatsword with like twice as much attack as I had on Noelle. And so I'm like, okay, clearly Noelle could be a lot better. I just have shit weapons because I'm, like, free to play. The only way to get 5-star weapons is to, you know, pull them from wishes. But you can get 4-star weapons by crafting them. And so that's what I did. I gave her, I made her this, the White Blind. And whenever she hits, she stacks her attack and defense. And so that allows her to really do quite a bit of damage in combat. This is obviously not the best greatsword in the game or anything. It's 4 stars instead of 5. But it was a big upgrade for her. And yeah, so now she's basically like the main character. Um, she's incredibly tanky. She almost never drops below. Well, she almost never drops below max health due to the shields that she makes. But I've never seen her drop below half health. And yeah, she can tear it up, especially with her elemental burst active, where that does geo damage in a giant AoE with every swing. She's really pretty solid at this point, so I'm pleased. It wasn't that quick to make that sword. And if you want to, really keep upgrading it and refine it so it's even better, you want to make more of that sword. And so to do that, you need to get this, a Northlander Claymore Billet. And you can get these in several different ways. So I actually have an extra one that I found, so that's good. But then you also need 50 of these white iron chunks. That's pretty easy. I mean, these are fairly abundant. But then you need 50 crystal chunks. And that takes time. I mean, you just have to do just like a dedicated farming effort to get these. And there might be a cap on how many you can find in a day. Because I don't know if they respawn during the day. So I don't know. But obviously I don't have many now. So I need to get 47 more of those if I want to make another one of those swords, just so I can refine the one she has and make it a bit better. Alternatively, we have these other things, like the polearm billet. And that brings us to this other character we have, Xiangling. I really wanted to get Xiangling because she is another fire-themed character. And more importantly, she's a fire character that you can get for free, guaranteed. Not from wishes. To do it, you have to... it comes from... They're not going to show it anymore because I already did it. It's an event. But you have to do this thing called the Spiral Abyss. Spiral Abyss is basically this ever-increasing difficulty dungeon. It's not really a dungeon, it's just a series of challenges. So you go down the floors, you go through different chambers, each one has a big challenge it's just pure combat. It's a combat challenge every time. And in order to get Xiangling, you had to do floor 3, chamber 3. This was pretty tricky at my point because the enemies in there were level 45. I can't increase my character's level past 40 until I hit adventure rank 25. So I either had to wait and continue just progressing before I could get her, or I just muscle through. Obviously, I just muscled through, and it wasn't that terrible. Again, like, Noelle is a fucking tanky god, so it just was, it just took some time, but we did it. So yeah, Xiangling, she's a chef. I've already done a story quest with her, so we've been introduced. She's just all about cooking. Her weapon is a polearm. Unfortunately, I have no good polearms whatsoever, so that's kind of shitty. I guess I could upgrade this 2-star one. Just so she has a decent weapon. We'll leave it at that. But then her talents, she's got her Gooba. She throws out a bear. think you might have already seen this. I don't know. She throws out a bear much like Amber, but this one constantly belches out fire and turns to face any enemies to belch out more fire. So, unlike Amber's where it's like wait 10 seconds and hope that enemies are nearby, this one is just a pretty steady supply of fire, which is great. Because we need, you know, steady supplies of fire. Then her elemental burst ability. Let me just get an exact reading of what it is. It's a big AoE fire thing. Pyronado. She sends a Pyronado whirling around her, moves with your character for the ability's duration, dealing pyro damage to all opponents in its path. So this is good. You can use this and then switch your character, and it'll still be active, spinning around and dealing fire. So, yeah, it's a pretty good burst. And she, of course, has a cooking passive benefit for attack boosting dishes. And, yeah, so she's just pretty solid. She's just better than Amber aside from lacking the bow. We do have Fischl with a bow, but there are sometimes you want to do fire damage from a distance, but them's the breaks. You can't have everything you want. So that's where we're at. We're at adventure rank 24, getting there to 25, so we're ahead of the curve right now, but, you know, that's what you want. For a reference point, just so you're aware, since the end of the last video to now, it's been about 10 hours of play or so. So, if you're just hoping to dive in and bum rush through the story, that does not happen. That cannot happen. I don't even think you can pay to do something like that. The story is really just there for, you know, when you can do it. But most of the game is not spent on the story. It's not like Final Fantasy XIV. Okay. We have wishes. Let's get to that. I actually have 10 of each. Huzzah! So we get to do a big bulk of both. Now, there is an argument to be made for me putting in a bunch of wishes into this one to get more Noelles. Because Noelle apparently really fucking shines when she has her full constellation. Constellation 6. That's when her burst, I think, gets an extra 50% bonus damage from her defense. Or something like that. 50% of her defense adds to her damage during that or something. So she really shines at that point. That's what everyone talks about is, oh, Noelle Constellation 6 is amazing. But that's a lot for a free-to-play player. I mean, that's a big thing. I'd rather get, you know, some more extra new characters just to play around with. So let's do that. And there we go. We got a new character. Another fire-themed character. Chinya. Liwei's sole rock and roll musician. Alright, so she uses a sword? Okay, well, we got her. And then we bought a bunch of 3-star shit. So we'll look at that in a second. And then let's do this one. Oh, a Dendro character. Look at this. Kali. A trainee ranger active in a Vidya forest. Alright, this is like a brand new character, so that's exciting. She's a bow character. Decrease gliding stamina consumption for your own party members by 20%. Alright, 2 new characters. I don't know what to think now. Maybe we'll be swapping out Fischl, although Fischl's really good. Oh, we also get Barbara. You get this one for free just by existing. Yeah, Barbara is pretty cute. She's hydro-themed. And basically, she's just a healer. She's like big fucking healer. Her burst, all it does is heals. You know, it's just a big heal. And then her elemental skill is basically just another heal. So that's what she's all about. We're not at any point in the game where we need aggressive healing. Especially with Noelle in the party, who can also heal herself and shield herself and never dies at all. So, yeah, it's not really necessary. Alright, so she uses a bow, of course. Let's swap them in. I mean, we're gonna get to the story, but...
I'll ensure your safety.
Okay, perfect.
Oh yeah, rock on!
Alright. Quite different personalities there. Okay, what is she shooting there? I can't really tell what she's firing with those third and fourth shots. It's like she's spinning the arrow or something. I don't know what's happening. Okay. So, let me just read this again. Throws out a floral ring that deals 1 instance of dendro damage to targets it comes into contact with. Floral ring will return after a set time, dealing dendro damage once again. Okay, and then her burst throws a doll out, causing an explosion of dendro, creates a cooling onbar zone. Cooling onbar will bounce around within the zone, dealing more AoE dendro damage. Okay. It's hard to say. I mean, Dendro's like this whole new element, so I can't really judge it too much. Alright, so she's great sword. I think the odds of me using this character are fairly slim. For now, I have a great sword user. And we just got a nice new fire character. Now, of course, there's the argument to be made of having 2 fire characters in your party. Because it boosts your attack. 25%. So if we go here... So yeah, we've got Fervent Flames, increase attack by 25%. It's pretty good. Like, even if we just never switch to her or something, you know, just having that buff. What's her passive? Oh, it's a defense boosting cooking thing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, really, all we need is Noelle at this point. So I guess that's something. Alright, enough dilly-dallying, I suppose. Oh, there's also the battle pass, of course, because every game has to have a good battle pass. So there's daily activities to give you battle pass numbers. There's weekly activities, and then there's the whole big one across the whole month or so. And then if you're a free-to-play player, you do get some benefits as you level up. You can see that along the top bar, including, you know, some extra little wishes there and various upgrade materials. Nothing too exciting, but it's basically extra stuff for things you're doing anyways. But if you pay $9.99, you get the bottom row as well, and a bunch of extra stuff. So bottom row is just a lot more goodies. And then you can pay $20 instead to get all the stuff from the $10 version, plus a free 10 levels on the battle pass, and some extra little niceties. There you go. So that's the battle pass. But we're not interested in that. We're interested in doing a quest. Rite of Dissension. We have to go to Liyue Harbor, which we have. I've done a fair amount of traversing. Alright. Let's do this during the day. It's always better. Alright. So here's Liyue. As I said, just a very different style than Mondstadt, which is cool. Very cool stuff. And it's coastal. There you have it.
If you want to find the Geo Archon, this is the only chance you'll get all year. Guess it's a good thing Venti brought it up earlier. Otherwise, we definitely would have missed this year's Rite of Dissension.
Do you know where it is?
Well, Venti brought up the time, but Paimon knows nothing about where it is. Look, we're already in Liyue, so let's go ask some of the locals. Oh, right. About the Geo Archon Morax. Did you know the Mora that we use is named after this god? But it's seen as impolite for people from outside Liyue to refer to the Geo Archon by that name. So we should refer to the Geo Archon by the name Rex Lapis, like the people of Liyue do.
Okay. Of the land amidst monoliths. So yeah, just as a reminder, this god only shows up once a year to impart his directives to the locals.
Rite of Dissension. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Isn't that today?
Well, apparently it's not too important of a holiday.
Once a year, Rex Lapis bestows upon us his divine prediction, guiding us on how to run Liyue for the coming year. Last year, it was the Yuheng of the Liyue Qixing that was given the honor of asking for the divine prediction.
Liyue Qixing?
Ooh, Paimon knows this one. Mondstadt is to freedom as Liyue is to contracts. Liyue has a strong focus on business and trade.
Her pronunciation of Liyue seems like so specific and forced. It's like, I don't know. It's so different from like her normal cadence.
The Liyue Qixing, the 7 leaders of the 7 enterprises of Liyue, hold true control over Liyue.
See what I'm saying?
That's what foreigners always say. But true control over Liyue will always be held by Rex Lapis. The Qixing is comprised of mere mortals. Rex Lapis is a god. Mondstadt's god is nowhere to be seen, whilst our god is forever with us. Stay in Liyue long enough and you'll see. Given that you just left your godless city, it's time you experienced what it's like to be in a city whose god has walked with it through all of history.
Well, fuck you.
Oh, are you also foreigners here for the Rite of Dissension?
I like none of the text uses the word foreigners for some reason.
To think I've lived in Liyue all these years and never come to see this before. I guess it's like they say, locals never visit the tourist spots. I wish you well on your travels. Liyue always welcomes you.
What was that pronunciation? What's with people saying Liyue?
You too wish to bear witness to the rite of dissension? Me too. We all do. As a businessman myself, how could I not take interest in Liyue's most important business trends?
See, this guy gets it.
17 predictions given last year made more than a few ripples throughout the industry. What's more, there's been a rumor going around that the Tianshui herself, Ningguang, has been acting secretly in the shadows. She wants the rocks created by Geovision holders to be exempt from taxation.
Wow, that's some super professional legal stuff, that is.
To be on the pulse of the predictions and the market is what makes this harbor what it is. Among the seven, Rex Lapis is the oldest deity. His keen sense of strategy is well trusted among his people. Understanding the predictions as soon as possible can make all the difference in making your fortune.
Fortune? So where can we see this Rite of Dissension anyway?
You're not at all close. Not to mention that if I gave you directions, as foreigners, you'd get lost along the way. So better to head to Yujing Terrace, to the high ground. It's the highest place in the harbor. Sounds like the best place for trying to communicate with deities, no?
Yeah, you can see that, like, all the names here are much more Chinese compared to Mondstadt, where you have names like Jean and Amber and Catherine, and the environments are Springvale and Windrise and Bright Crown. You know, it's all very European. That's interesting that they start the game in this region where everything is very European, medieval, all that kind of stuff. That must have been a very purposeful decision for it to appeal to a wider audience. Because if you start this game and you're in Liyue with the, you know, Shangling and, you know, all this Tianheng, you know, all that sort of stuff, you know, that might turn some people off. That think it's just some, like, Chinese sort of mobile cash-in designed for a Chinese audience. But, you know, they clearly wanted a global audience here. It's interesting stuff. Alright, we're going to Yujing Terrace. So yeah, here you go. Right now, no shit. We don't have the main character in the party. And frankly, I haven't really used her at all in combat for like the last 10 hours. So I can see why people might say that Traveler's not that hot. Not that good.
Paimon heard that the best time to make a wish is today, during the Rite of Dissension. Wanna give it a try?
Sure.
Your first time in Liyue? Actually, it's my first time to see the Rite of Dissension too. Ah, look, that's Miss Ningguang of the Liu Xixing. Only those who have control in Liyue can preside over the Rite of Dissension.
They couldn't get like any voice actor to agree on pronunciations.
but most of the Adepti appear in the form of various beasts. I heard that when attending these kinds of formal occasions, Rex Lapis himself appears as a celestial cross between two of Liyue's ancient mythical creatures. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt your wish. Please, take this.
Liyue. Wish I could get some leads from the Geo Archon. Like, isn't that part of the job of, like, the voice director, is to make sure all the pronunciations are kind of dissimilar? Or do I just not know how that works?
Oh, you also want a little Adepti luck too? Seems you know a lot. Making a wish during this time is sure to get you the blessings of both the Adepti and Rex Lapis himself. I've already made my wish, so you can take this.
Great! Thanks!
Wish I could find my brother soon.
Great! Now that we're all done with the wishing, guess we can just wait here for things to get started. Who knows how long that Miss Ningguang lady is gonna take?
Alright, let us watch the event. Oh, again, I want to do this during the day. It doesn't really seem to make sense for it to happen at night. There you go. 10 a.m. on the dot, it starts. You and Paimon wait for the rite of dissension to begin.
Whoa, look at all the people! We gotta get up front. We can't see squat back here.
The hour is upon us.
Well, that's not supposed to happen.
Rex Lapis has been killed. Seal the exits.
What? What's going on? Did she just say Rex Lapis is... the Geo Archon is... dead? Oh no! The Millilith! Looks like they're nabbing suspects who got too close. Paimon's freaking out! The killer is amongst us! Wait, we got close. Are we suspects? Wait, where are you going?
It was a god we faced off against when we first arrived in this world, too. We gotta sneak out.
There's a whole bunch of soldiers out there, too! Your identity! You may not be the killer, but we can't let them get you!
Shit.
But can we...
Sneak around. Sneak around. Up the rocks. There you go. Yeah, so I actually remember this from 2 years ago, and I remember being really surprised that they just fucking killed off a god like that. It was cool. Do, do, do. Easy as pie.
They're here! Arrest them!
Yeah, this makes you look really suspicious, by the way.
There's nowhere to run!
Hey, girlie, hold still.
Stop! Stop!
Come with me.
Paimon's exhausted.
Just what muscles does magical floating use exactly?
So insensitive. You have no idea just how tiring floating around. Wait, just who are you exactly?
Call me Child.
Child? What, so we're supposed to dote on you?
No, not at all. It's an alias of sorts. In Mondstadt, I don't suppose you came across a Senora by any chance.
Senora? Child? You're Fatui, one of the Harbingers!
Oh, no. Don't worry. I'm not looking for a fight. Senora gave you quite the bad impression, huh? Pfft, that woman. Can't say I'm a fan either. Right. Let's forget all about her, shall we? I'm here to help you.
Help?
Yes, help. I'm not a bad guy. Oh, okay, perhaps I'm kind of a bad guy, but I'm not here to give you any trouble. Would it be too much to ask for you to keep the sword sheathed? I thank you for your knightly nobility. I heard of your deeds in Mondstadt, so I couldn't help but notice you during the proceedings back there. And because I had my eye on you the whole time, I know it wasn't you. Someone else was clearly behind it. But, regrettably, given I'm a Fatui envoy from Snezhnaya, there's no way I'd be trusted after something of this magnitude. The ruling Qixing of Liyue has always been overly suspicious of us.
Well, can you honestly blame them?
Guess I shouldn't try to deny that. Okay, sure. Maintaining a distance between strangers is probably a good idea. Either way, I'm already used to it at this stage. But right now, if you want to clear yourselves of any suspicion, you need to get yourselves to Northland Bank. Staying here isn't an option. As the old Liyue saying goes, the walls have ears.
Isn't that kind of like a crisis of faith at this point? When your god just dies in front of you? And really, if I was capable of killing their god, would they really think that they could just, like, capture me and contain me? I feel like that wouldn't really be something you'd want to pursue. Going after your god's murderer. But, I mean, I don't know. That's why it's interesting.
Northland Bank.
Correct. This bank was opened here in Liyue by Snezhnaya. Though everyone knows Liyue is the most enterprising in Teyvat, Snezhnaya is not short of change either.
Yeah, well, poorer nations don't seem the type to have diplomats that come around acting the way yours do towards the Knights of Favonius.
Here, let me give you this.
This is a...
I'm not sure exactly. Sometimes all money can buy is things, and not a name for oneself. All I know is that it's a sigil. A sigil to keep the mighty and illuminated Adepti from bringing harm to you.
Adepti?
If you head north from the harbor, then west from Guili Plains, you will eventually reach a stone forest known as Jueyun Karst. The people of Liyue believe it to be the abode of the Adepti.
They really believe that?
Legend or not, they believe it. As such, offerings to the Adepti are made at its borders. Nobody dares venture in. But I have no need for believing, not when I know for a fact that the Adepti truly exist.
Hate to admit it, but your Fatui intel seems all right. But why would we go looking for Adepti anyway?
Oh, my little friend. There are plenty of reasons mortals seek the blessings of Adepti. Money, health, love. But you will go for justice.
Justice?
The Qi Sing will already have dispatched the Millilith. They'll be seeking out the assassin from amongst the onlookers. But how could a mere mortal kill a god that can sweep aside entire armies? Rex Lapis never gave up his power as a god. This level of crude response is beyond what is called for. How suspicious.
You think they're trying to hide the true culprit?
Or to hide something else. Hard to say. Even now, the Northland Bank wouldn't be able to hold the Millilith off for long, but the Adepti can clear you of any wrongdoing. Liyue was founded by the Geo-Archon and the Adepti. Of course, it was built by force. Look for them, and be faster than the Qi Sing's messengers, so you may give your version of events first. If there is anyone that can help you in Liyue now, it can only be the mighty and illuminated Adepti.
Alright, still seems a little ridiculous. Shoot up. This is why we have all the teleports. Makes it real simple like.
And who might we be? Those that dare enter Jueyun Karst.
Please take a look at this.
A sigil of permission. Many a season has passed since one was last in the presence of such an item. He before you is the mighty and illuminated Adeptus, Moon Carver. Speak, traveler. What business have you here?
Actually,
It's the assassin. They dared to flee here to Jueyun Karst.
Sir, we've already stepped too far into Jueyun Karst ourselves.
There's no choice. Apprehending the assassin is top priority. We must press on.
Disturbing our borders. See them gone. One will not have interruption.
Alright. Works for me.
Who goes there?
leave it all to me.
Alright.
As a good knight should.
Whoa. Boy, he's really cranking my bursts.
I'll catch up.
Attack!
Adoba, get them!
There we go. There we go. That's the combo wombo.
As a dutiful maid would.
Take the target!
I mean, I could take on a whole fucking army at this point. This is nothing. It's nothing.
As a good knight should. I must leave no stone unturned. As a dutiful maid would. I missed.
What? I guess I wasn't hitting my skill enough. We're okay though.
Well,
Preposterous. Preposterous! The Liyue Qixing. Utterly disappointing. How could someone possibly assassinate Rex Lapis during the Rite of Dissension?
Kinda sounds like the Volgan.
And then place suspicion upon the attendees? Traveler, of the unjust accusations placed upon you, one has become aware. The mind knows its answer. Though one must consult with one's fellows, lest the mind be misguided. Go, take your sigil of permission. Carry with you a message.
Who should I look for?
Mountain Shaper and Cloud Retainer can be found here. Only fate will decide if you shall find them. Only fate. There exists a conqueror of demons, a guardian Yaksha. Go to Wangshu Inn. There you shall seek him.
Alright, I mean, there was a lot of names and terms and... Okay. Well, we also have that teleport, so we're all good. Oh, hold on, let me snag this real quick. Yoink.
I'll catch up. Time to clean up. I must leave no stone unturned.
Yeah, I mean, when they have like these shields, that's when this is the least effective way to do it. If we can just knock his ass off the cliff. Oh, oh, oh. See ya. Did he even die? Nope. He didn't die and he respawned. Perfect.
Steady as stone.
Yeah, fire-themed creatures are probably where this party makeup falls short. That's kind of a bummer that there's a cap on falling damage. He should have taken way more than 700.
I'll catch up. I must leave no stone unturned.
There we go.
Someone needs assistance. A little dusty. Best give it a spring cleaning.
Might as well snag this one. What? God. Alright. That one... no. We're getting fairly close to, like, as far as I've gotten in the story before.
Have mercy, O mighty Adeptus. I beg you, show mercy upon me and my brother. Spare our lives.
What's wrong?
Who are you? What's going on?
We asked you first.
Oh. You enjoy safe passage in Joyun Karst. It can only mean one thing. You must be Adepti messengers, sent here to rescue me and my brother.
What is he talking about?
Oh, have mercy, mighty messengers of the illuminated Adepti. I beg you to save us. My brother and I, we only came here because our family is poor, and we heard tell of treasures hidden in the amber of Mount Hulao. It was stupid of us. But all we wanted to do was find enough treasure to sell and support our family. We followed the path up the mountain, but suddenly, the amber, It swallowed up my brother Li Dang. I ran away and made it this far before it dawned on me. We were trespassers in the abode of the Adepti, and this was our punishment. I had no idea how to rescue my brother, so I just started praying for the Adepti to have mercy, right here on the spot. And now, at long last, 2 messengers come to my aid.
What? We're not Adepti messengers. We just want to find the Adepti like everyone else.
No, you must be messengers. You have to be. I have no idea which Amber trapped him. Please, you have to rescue him. I beg you, show me some Adepti mercy.
Of your transgression, your predicament, and your repentance, one has become aware.
Thanks be to the Adeptus of Mount Hulao and to their messengers. Never will we be so foolish again.
Whoa, check you out! When you speak like that, you actually make a pretty convincing Adepti messenger.
Damn right.
Paimon was gonna ask him about where to find the Adeptus, but he seems pretty one-track mind about rescuing his brother right now. So, he said that Li Dang got trapped in amber somewhere on Mount Hulao, and that they were following the path the whole way up. So let's follow the path down from here and make sure to be on the lookout for Amber on the way.
Oh, okay. Then I gotta fight these big-ass fucking Geo monsters. There he is.
What happened? You rescued me. Thank you. Oh, and have you seen my brother? His name is Li Ding. We were climbing the mountain together. I just hope he didn't get trapped in Amber too.
He's at the top of the mountain.
He made it to the top. That means he should be okay. Oh, thank you. I will head up to find my brother now. Here's hoping I don't run into any more Amber on the way.
Li Ding and Li Dang. You gonna sit there and name your kids Ding and Dang?
Thank you for rescuing my brother, O mighty messengers of the illuminated Adepti.
I wonder if there's a third brother named Dung. Have you seen the Adeptus here?
What? No. I mean, like everyone else, we've heard that there's an Adeptus living in Mount Hulao. But regular folks like us would never have the chance to meet them. No way. Unlike you guys, you're Adepti messengers, so it's a whole different story. Anyway, we have trespassed in the realm of the Adeptus for long enough. We should get going. Thank you, mighty Adepti messengers.
Yes, thank...
Okay.
Boy, it'd be super helpful if we actually were Adepti messengers. Cause it seems like this Adeptus has got a real temper problem. But it's not like we've done anything wrong, so...
Who dares trespass on my mountain?
I swear, I'm not pushing anything. I don't know why that's happening, where dialogue just gets cut off.
Foolish mortal. Come forth and receive your punishment.
Like, look at that. I didn't even... my hands aren't even on the controller. I have no idea. That's not a issue you see too often.
You destroy the amber of my mountain, and you free a thief whose freedom is not yours to give. The thief's ignorance was an affront to the Adepti, but your actions are an abomination of the highest order.
Wait, we can explain!
Mooncarver sent us.
Mooncarver? Trusted a mere mortal as his messenger? Is this a sigil of permission? One is surprised to find such things still exist in the mortal realm. In the beginning, Rex Lapis cast them for the mortals with his own hand. Few were made then, and thousands of years on, fewer still remain. Speak. One shall listen to the matter which brings you here. Then one shall verify the truth thereof. You would be wise to speak the truth. For Liyue is not so far from here that one would be easily deceived.
You explain what happened in Liyue Harbor.
Rex Lapis. Assassinated? At the rite of dissension? What mortal in Liyue, nay, in all the world, would conspire to commit such foul treason? Or perhaps the more pertinent question is, what power in this world could aspire to achieve it? Rex Lapis charged the Adepti with the protection of Liyue, and we have always honored this duty. As the people have prospered, so have we gradually withdrawn into the mountains. Indeed, this was a gesture of goodwill towards humanity. But now, alas, Rex Lapis, gone. Traveler, of the matter you have relayed, one has become aware. One now knows why Moon Carver has sent for us. Once one has dealt with certain matters here that require my attention, one shall convene with the other Adepti.
Paimon can! Adepti always have magical powers in storybooks. Seems it's true in real life, too. You know, like how grass is actually Adepti hair, and rivers are actually Adepti saliva. There must be something similar going on with the amber.
So is rain Adepti tears?
Your nonsense knows no bounds. This amber is produced by a flower that one has planted here, called the karst crawler. The majority of the plant is hidden underground. When stepped on, it produces amber to trap the invader. After taking up residence here, one planted many karst crawlers to ensure that the tranquility of the mountain would remain undisturbed. Over the years, they have helped to prevent many disturbances. But in the process, they have also trapped many curious things.
Oh, so the amber is alive?
Correct. Thus, one may not leave this place in its current state, for fear of the risk to innocent lives in one's absence. One will depart as soon as one has attended to this matter. One trusts that the manner of your departure will be swifter in nature.
Okay. All right. I think we'll leave it off there for now. And, you know, let me just say that, like, as far as this account is concerned, I have not put a single penny into this game, right? Free download. You fire it up. They never really, like, bug you or anything about spending money. I mean, you can see all the opportunities along the way for you to spend money, but they're never, like, in your face about it or anything. Like, really, as far as this playthrough has been concerned, it's just, like, a great single-player game. If you look at my party of characters here currently, like, none of these are characters that are just, like, handed to you, except for Xiangling. So, you know, even though I didn't pay for a single wish, we still have 3 characters from wishes that I'm using. And I've just been having a blast with it. Like, for hours and hours. For free. I mean, it's just insane. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure towards the end game, once you've done all the story stuff, it's like, probably if you don't spend money, it's a real fucking terrible grind or something like that. But that's hours and hours and hours of gameplay to get there that you don't have to spend money on to enjoy it. So it's just... I mean, yeah, the game, of course, being a gacha game, it has predatory mechanics in it and all that, but I don't think that's a reason to just skip it entirely. If you have an addictive personality, then yeah, probably you should skip it, but aside from that, you do not have to spend a penny to have a lot of fun with Genshin. So, yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff indeed. So yeah, I'm gonna mess around with Kali and Chinyan. See if I like them. I'll look up what people say about them, see if they're worth it. And I don't know. I doubt I'll keep both of them in because Fischl is really good to have, and I've upgraded her a bunch. But we'll see. For now, though, my name is Mangg. Gaming Watching has been Genshin Impact. We'll see you fine folks in the next part.